Why? I don't understand why you're stressing out over nothing.
Yeah, and I have to take a pill, half of a pill.
Hey you guys, I have a special treat for us, a special treat for me and you. I have my mom here. We're gonna be doing her hair, lightly doing her hair, nothing major, just curling it, a little bit of makeup. She wants to try some lashes on. And we get to ask a few questions, nothing too heavy. She's super nervous. I don't know why she's nervous. I don't know why she's nervous. Look at her hair. Why are you nervous? Look. You would have thought I was torturing her. And they want to get to know you better. And I'm getting to know you better.
You know me as well as everybody else. It's better than everybody else.
Yeah. So anyway, Nana, there's no reason to be nervous, right? You guys, we're all nice people here, right? We're gonna be doing her hair. Just gonna curl it. She's got nice long hair. All right, y'all, so first thing I'm gonna do is put her hair up and start curling it. I thought I was gonna give her a makeover, but her face is already done. So instead, we're just going to curl her hair.
Don't burn me.
Not gonna burn you. Actually, I have Miriam behind the camera, so she's gonna ask the questions for me. Since I already wrote the questions out.
All right, Nana, first question. What is your favorite movie and why?
Is Titanic with Leonardo DiCaprio. And I like it because it's a nice romantic movie.
So you like romantic movies?
I love romantic movies. They're feel-good movies. I don't like movies that make me feel unhappy. I like happy movies.
But you also like horror movies, don't you?
Not so much anymore.
Oh,
Not so much anymore.
I remember growing up and you traumatizing us, you and Daddy, watching horror movies all the time.
Well, you thought they were horror, but they weren't really horror. They're mostly comedy, because your father doesn't like horror. He likes comedy.
Okay.
As a child, you may have misinterpreted some of those funny movies.
Right. Remember the Carry On series?
Right. They were all comedic.
Right.
They weren't horror.
Okay, second question. Do you consider yourself a fashionista now or in the past?
I would say perhaps I might have been in the past. Not so much now. I dress always to feel good.
But I think a lot of people would say you're a fashionista.
A lot of people perhaps, but
She definitely dresses what I would think is a little extra.
I come from an era where women dressed.
Right.
We didn't wear jeans and t-shirt, and I don't wear jeans and t-shirt.
What will you miss most about working in New York?
I will miss the camaraderie with my colleagues and friends. That's about it. I will miss the friendships.
You won't miss the work itself.
The work was fine, challenging at times, but I've moved on.
You've already moved on? It's
I've
only been a few weeks, right?
I've already moved on completely. So, no, I won't miss that.
Okay.
Any advice to young people?
Be true to yourselves. Follow your own dreams. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do anything, because you can. That's it.
Okay. What was it like growing up in England during the 60s and 70s?
I would say it's pretty much similar to here, except there were no racism in England when I was growing up. I was raised early childhood in Yorkshire, and we were the only black family in Sheffield. And
so would you really say there was no racism, or
There was
you did
none.
not present a threat because there weren't a lot of black people in your area? Because I always feel like as long as there's a lot of black people,
there was not.
white people feel some kind of way, and back then there was racism.
There was not. Not in Yorkshire, England. They were very nice, accommodating. They loved us. I had never felt any form of racism in England until I went to London as a 16-year-old. Then the only person I recall was a bus driver who asked me if I was black. And I don't even know if that was racism. It was just a question.
That probably was just an innocent question.
Right. That was the only time someone mentioned my color.
But
And
did
it
you
was-
grow up with any black people there? Were there any black people in your neighborhood or anything like that?
Where? In England or in London? I mean, in Sheffield?
Wherever you grew up.
I grew up in different areas. My parents were in north of England. Then as a child, I moved to London when I was 13 years old.
Mm.
But before that, I was in Sheffield, in Yorkshire. And I did not
Or you did
suffer
not feel
feel
any sense of
any
racism.
sense of racism at any time.
Now, some could argue that maybe because you were lighter skinned and definitely even lighter back then, and maybe nondescript to some people, that maybe you were.
I was a child. What kind of racism would children?
The kind that they get in America for being black. Definitely black kids in America feel a level of racism.
I didn't feel any.
Mm.
All
But
right.
that's what I was saying is like maybe you passed, so to speak. Back then they used to say some people kind of pass and
Well, I think basically that white people feel threatened when they are confronted with many black.
right.
Like I said, we were like two families,
Mm.
black in Yorkshire, in Sheffield. Not just Yorkshire, in Sheffield, because that was the town. I don't know, but personally, I did not suffer or felt any form of racism until I came to this country
To America.
at the age of 38.
Mm.
List 5 places you have visited.
Well, I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. That's the first place. I've been back there a few times in my lifetime so far. Then England, France, Switzerland, Germany,
Oh, you've been to Germany?
yes,
I've
Frankfurt,
never been to Germany.
Austria.
Wow.
You've been to Austria, Habiba.
I have?
Yes,
I don't
you have.
remember.
Yes, as a child. We traveled a lot.
Yeah, I know we traveled.
Las Vegas,
Mm. Well, that's in the U.S.
America. Outside of America, I'm thinking out in Africa, Nigeria,
Right.
Niger.
Yeah, Niger Republic. I remember that.
Yes. So that would complete the list. Oh, Italy.
Okay. Where would you like to travel but have never been?
China, Thailand,
What you want to go to
Bangkok.
China for?
Bangkok. Most of Asia. I'd like to go to Asia. Korea. I have to find my granddaughter a husband.
Oh my goodness.
Outside of Asia, I would like to go to places like Tibet, India. Well, that's all still Asia. I've done Europe, so I'm not interested. That's it.
Okay. Lipstick or eyeliner, which one do you never leave the house not
Lipstick.
wearing? Any favorite brand?
No, I go with color, whichever brand has the right color.
What's the right
It's
color?
usually Clinique, L'Oreal, Revlon. Those are the 3 brands that I have.
Okay. What are 3 things you would like to do during retirement?
Exercise. trading.
Trading?
Yes. Those are the things.
Money, money, money.
Trading and exercising, and I would say mingling with people when I feel like it.
What are your fondest memories about being a parent?
Traveling with my children around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the fondest memories. Wish I could do that again, or continue doing that. Perhaps in a couple of years we can go now with the grandchildren as well as the children, and for them to experience the world with family.
Yeah, when this pandemic is over.
Hopefully yes, of course, when the pandemic is over.
All right, so Nana, what was it like being a single mother? I guess you've been a single mother since 1986, technically, right?
Yes.
So what do you think was the biggest challenges about that, or adjustment?
The biggest challenges were financial, getting 3 children, taking care of 3 children financially on my own, schooling, feeding, clothing, the necessary things that children need, and then college. It was stressful. It was very stressful. But I did it.
Right.
Happily.
So you wouldn't take it back? Would you have done it differently, where you still were in, the marriage and having the financial support?
I wasn't given that option. My husband chose not to come here, so I wasn't given that option. So I had to do what I had to do, put on my big girl panties and do what I had to do.
Right. Right.
But I felt like the world was resting on my shoulders for a long time. And I kept trying to make sure that the children were not wanting anything because I'm single. I kind of spoiled them a little because I felt that if their dad was with me, we would have provided for them on a certain level. So I did what I had to do to maintain that level, even if it meant having a second job.
So did you feel a lot of pressure, though, for us to, quote, be prosperous or to be, successful, because you didn't want people to look at it and feel, oh, they did badly because they came to America?
Right. I expected a certain standard, and I tried to maintain that standard so that the children, my children, would have a future of independence for themselves.
Who was the hardest, do you think, to raise? Myself, Omar, or Bashir? Or in what way were we most challenging?
Well, it all depends on each child's personality. You never came back from university, so...
What you mean I never came back?
You never came back to live at home.
Right. Oh, I see.
So the girl, being the first girl, you were away from home. Omar was always quiet. He's the easiest, I would say, to raise. Bashir, the youngest, he also went away from college, but came back home. He was on his own for a while, but then he and his brother both were home with me. And I would say the most challenging would have been raising Bashir because of his personality.
But Bashir's personality is not that different than mine.
Yeah, but you were away. You were not
Right.
at
You
home.
didn't have to deal with the
No, on a day-to-day basis.
day-to-day basis, I guess.
No.
Even though you make it seem like we're that difficult, we're not that difficult.
I didn't say you were that difficult. I said most challenging. You asked me of all the three. I'm just telling you.
Because Omar barely talks, that's why.
Omar is very compliant, very easy. Bashir has his faults, but he also has a lot of positive things about him
Right.
that I appreciate.
Right. He's very smart. He's very helpful. He's very outgoing.
He's very
He's a
smart.
people person. He's
Very
a very
smart.
nice person. You know, there's some people, they're really not nice people. He genuinely is, even if he wasn't my brother, I would say he's a genuinely nice person.
Very caring.
Right. Very loving.
And he doesn't understand when it isn't reciprocated.
Right. What do you remember most? Your most affectionate moments about Grandpa, your father?
My father was very, very caring person. He made sure his family was taken care of. I was the only girl, so I was the apple of his eye. I was definitely Daddy's girl.
Mm.
Um,
That's so weird when your older mother is saying she was the apple of her father's eye. That's so weird.
yes, I know that I was. Whatever I wanted, I got from him.
Mhm.
Whatever I wanted, yes.
But I think honestly he extended that to me too because I felt that.
Yeah, I guess he liked the girls.
Right.
He liked girls. Can't really say much. But my mother was very good too.
Mhm.
She was a sage like myself
Right.
and a spender.
Yeah.
She would just buy anything though. I'm more
Spender, borderline hoarder, but she wasn't messy. She just bought a lot of stuff. And as she got older, she bought a lot of stuff
A
that
lot
she didn't
more.
need.
a lot more. She would store stuff in every room, in every closet,
Right.
under the bed, wherever she could. We had more towels, more sheets, more curtains than we ever needed.
Bed sheets, towels, blankets.
She just bought whatever. I am more selective. I've learned not to spend as much.
But you know what? When we first came to the U.S., you used to spend a lot of money too.
Yes,
You used to buy a lot.
Yes, I need to buy a lot of stuff for my kids to make sure that they're well catered for. Bought a lot of clothes for myself
Right.
because I was going to work and I had to maintain a certain standard that is required on the job. So all the things I bought were, at the time, I considered absolutely necessary.
But do you think that came because of your mom, or do you think that was just your personality?
I think a bit of both.
And also necessity, I guess.
Yeah. My mother, she would shop. She's a shopaholic. And I think there was a period of my life where I too was a shopaholic.
Right.
What are 3 foods you would like to eat that you have never tried?
If I haven't tried it, I don't want to. Well, if I haven't tried it all this time, at this age, means unless I travel abroad somewhere and they give me some different foods, I will always try it. Taste it. At least taste it before I reject it.
Would you eat snake?
If it's on the menu, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it can be eaten. I would try it. If I liked it, fine. I don't know what snake tastes like.
You've never eaten snake?
Okay, and last question. Why don't you like your son-in-law?
Catnap, put that there.
Where is that such a question? That is a ridiculous question. I love my son-in-law. I love my son-in-law. So that question is absolutely not at all a fair question.
Ken snuck that question in.
That's not fair. Why would he even think that? And I always told him he's my favorite son-in-law. Because he's my only son-in-law.
Right. Just giving you a little classy lip here. Not like you need more class. I think that's good, because you're used to wearing these dark colors, right? Alright, still got some lip. Okay. Alright, let's do the liner.
I only wear matte lipsticks.
Okay. No, but I think that looks good. Alright, Nana, so I want you to look down. Just look down. We're doing, this is the magnetic liner. Mom's gonna try the magnetic liner. Okay, look down. Just keep still. So we're just gonna brighten up the corner of her eye a little bit with a little bit of Rich Girl. Not too much, just to match her sparkly jacket. Okay, let's see. Just keep still. See, it's that simple. Wow, it's that simple, and I can lift it and you feel it tug on you, right? Do you feel it? All right, so we're gonna go with Spectacular instead because we felt like the other ones were a little too long. But let me just show you with the holder. You feel it latch onto you, Mother?
Really, it's very soft.
Oh, okay, good. That's simple. All right, so we did the hair, but we didn't actually I don't really want to comb it out too much because of all the hairspray. But I think she looks good. Doesn't she look glamorous? So how did I do? How did I do? Thumbs up if you think she looks good. And we didn't even do a full glam because she already, like I said, did her face previously. So Nana, let's see. Let me give you your glasses. All right, you guys, we are done. Did you like this video? Don't forget to comment, like, all that good stuff. And thank you so much for watching. Do you like how she looks? Isn't it cute?
Not sure.
You're not sure? She's
I haven't
not
looked
sure?
in the mirror yet.
But look, we even did edges. We gave her a little bit of edges. Not that she needs the whole edges, but yeah. How are you doing with the lashes, by the way?
The lashes are good. I don't feel them.
You don't feel them for real?
No, I don't feel them.
Oh, cool.
Bye, folks.
Bye. Yeah, looks good. Oh wow, look at that. Look at her.